Before long you'll be subtracting with decimal numbers, so I'm going to show you a couple of examples of decimal number subtraction in the partition and the standard method. So let's start with 35.5 and we're going to subtract 19.4. We'll start with the partition method. Okay, so we know we've got 30 here, 3 tens. We know we've got 5 units. We've got a decimal point. Well, after the decimal point, we're talking about bits of a number. Here we've got tenths, 5 tenths of a number. So we have 0 units and 5 tenths. That's how that would look in a number. Here we have a 10, we have a 9, and we've got 0 units. It's not a unit, it's smaller, it's 4 tenths. And there we partitioned. Now we put into our tens, units, and we need our tenths column this time. Tenths, we are splitting a number into 10 small parts. We have a 30, tick, we have a 5, tick, and we have a 0.5, tick, we have a 10, tick, we have a 9, tick, and we have a 0.4, tick. 0.5 subtract 0.4. Well, it's a bit like talking about 5 subtract 4. This part will be 1, and then we will have 0. Okay, remember this is a partition method. 5 subtract 9. Can I take 9 away from 5? No, the bottom number is bigger, so I will borrow from my 30. I'll borrow 10. I now have 15 in this column. 15 subtract 9 leaves me with 6. 20 subtract 10 leaves me with 10. I've got my answer in front of me. I just need to put it all back together. I've got 16 point, and I've got 0 units and 1/10, 16.1. We tell the children at this point to ignore this 0 and this decimal point. 16.1. So there's one example. Now let's have a look at the following example, 76.8. We're going to subtract 44.3. We'll partition. We've got our 70, our 6, and our 0.8. We've got our 40, our 4, and our 3 tenths, or 0.3. We have our tens, units, and our tenths column. We then have our 70, 6, and a 0.8 for our 8 tenths. We've got a 40, we've got a 4. Notice I'm still ticking, so I know exactly what I've put into my grid, and a 0.3. Remember our subtraction sign. 0.8 subtract 0.3. 8 subtract 3, well that gives you 5. 0 subtract 0, that's going to give you a 0. 6 subtract 4, always put that decimal point in the answer, follow the decimal point down. 6 subtract 4 will give you a 2. 70 subtract 40 will give you a 30. You'll notice I haven't had to do any borrowing this time. Put it all back together, we've got 32. Bring the decimal point down, and 0.5, we forget about these first two elements. 5 tenths is all we've got. 5 tenths give us an answer of 32.5, which we place right back at the top there. So that is decimals and standard, but that is using our, not standard, sorry, this is with our expanded or our partition method.